Lesson is for my children in A2 who are actively going through the biochemistry of photosynthesis. And since we're going to be talking about photophosphorylation, we have two different types to that. It's either going to be cyclic or non-cyclic. Now, what do we mean by these words? So, cyclic or non-cyclic highlights the pathway the electrons are going to take. And since in this lesson we're going to be talking about cyclic photophosphorylation, so let's focus on that. So let's say my photosystem 1 absorbs energy from the sun and an electron is excited. So this electron is now going to move to the electron transport chain, does the work, comes back. Are we noticing the movement of this electron? Absorbs energy, moves out of photosystem 1, goes to the electron transport chain, does the work, comes back. This is cyclic in nature because the original electrons that was excited comes back home to photosystem 1. And this is the reason why we call this cyclic photophosphorylation. Now let's see what it's going to do to the electron transport chain. Now remember when I said that this electron absorbed energy. Now this is a high energy electron. And as it moves down the electron transport chain, it releases that energy, gives it away to the electron transport chain. It comes back. Now, what is the electron transport chain going to do with that energy? Well, the electron transport chain has some hydrogen pumps that are going to push hydrogens from the stroma straight into the lumen of our thylakoid. There we go. So it's using all of the energy to drive hydrogens from stroma straight into the lumen of the thylakoid. Now these hydrogen ions are then going to move through this special enzyme called ATP synthase. They're going to power this enzyme. And as the name suggests, ATP synthase, it's going to make ATP from ADP, going to phosphorylate. This is where the word phosphorylation comes from. It's phosphorylating. It's adding phosphate to ADP to convert it into ATP. This is what's happening. Remember, electron moves from PS1 to electron transport chain. It gives away its energy, comes back. ETC uses that energy to bring in hydrogen ions. Those hydrogen ions then move through this ATP synthase. Let me do that. ATP synthase back into stroma, and that activates ATP synthase to make ATP. Now, to give you guys like a visual recap of our lesson, let's see. Electron moving to ATC. We can see hydrogens coming in. They move through ATP synthase. ATP is made, electron moves back. Again, moving through electron transport chain, gives away all the energy, moves back to PS1, and then we have hydrogen ions coming in. They move through ATP synthase, and we'll have our ATP.